In another case is start streaming on YouTube, and let's check it all. I'm here on YouTube now. Stream
Oh,
settings.
we are live on Facebook. Okay, hold on, folks. Let me start up our stream. Okay, let me double check we're good to go. Bam, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Oh no, I knew something was off.
We are live on Facebook.
Okay, Facebook sounds good.
Hold on.
Okay, Facebook sounds good. Sorry, guys, let me quickly change this because for some reason. Content. How's everybody doing tonight? Oh, hello, hello, hello. Hey, from Wisconsin. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate the compliments. There's 45 of y'all already in here. Look at this. Look at this. I have to... If you didn't notice, that is the wrong... No way, Sarah. You have COVID for the 4th time. If you didn't notice, that is obviously the wrong video there. Or wrong thumbnail. Jeez. Get it together, Isaiah. Come on. Hey, I just need to... Let me fix this real quick, guys, and I will be with you in just a moment. Hello from New Orleans. We got people everywhere tonight. I love it. I love it. UK, New Orleans, Washington State, Minnesota, Fall River. Cool. I don't even know where that is, but cool. And sorry, guys. So this is my first time streaming on both Facebook and YouTube. Also, let me double check over here that everything is going to plan. It's not. I don't think I'm live over on Facebook. That's hilarious. Whoopsies. Bam. I'm obviously, you guys can tell I am a professional streamer. And we're coming out with some hard-hitting questions already. Yes, so Dawn, I am currently borrowing a vehicle. Thank you, Dad. Or thank you, Grandpa, sorry. And after I am able, or as soon as I am able to get a vehicle, I will be getting one, which would be really cool. So that's the plan at the moment. But yeah, other than that, still able to get to work, which is nice, and all of that stuff, which is really the main thing. I mean, that was the main worry. It was like, how am I supposed to do anything if I can't get a vehicle? And then, also just need to, like, yeah, like you can't make any moves upward if you can't make any money. And if I can't get to work, you can't make any money. So, like, kind of put myself in a rut there. But yeah, it was terrifying, of course. And that's about all I got for you. Nothing really else to say to that, I think. What have you guys been up to? Anything exciting? How was everybody's Thanksgiving and all that? I know that was a little while ago, but still. Okay. Our thumbnail should be fixed. And how's everybody's stream looking? Is everybody feeling good about it? Let me know. All right. Whew. So I just wanted to come in and do a little bit of editing. So what I did was, these are photos that I've had for a while, and I don't know, they've just been kind of floating around on my computer. Oh no, I still don't even have Facebook up. Hold on, guys. Give me a moment. Copy all of this and go to Facebook and post it and save it. Yeah, so these are just a few photos that I have had sitting around, taking up space, and I wanted to edit them here today with you guys. Should be going live on Facebook right now. If you have friends who don't have YouTube, send them over to my Facebook, and they can watch the stream there as well. Hello, Facebook folks. How are you doing? Hope you're well. I'm doing pretty good myself. Alright. Pull that out. Pop it out there. Cool, cool, and cool. Alright. So, let's get to editing. Hopefully that doesn't mess y'all up too bad. Okay, so we're starting off with my very first photo here. And I just need to check that everything's good. We got 10 viewers over on Facebook. How you guys doing? 12. Watch out, folks. We're moving up quick like. Okay, so thank you all for popping in. No, I do not. Jai. Looking at a camp I am special for my friend and I. That's awesome. It is really, really cool. What I love about it too is that, like, they don't really, it's one of the few special needs camps that they don't really say no to kids just because of, you know, whatever thing they have going on. I think it's unfortunately really common. And yeah, they don't really do that, which is awesome. So as you guys can see, if you look over on the left here, I have almost 5,000 photos now. It's a lot. I'll admit it. It's a lot to deal with. But I went through last night because I was like, man, I have so many sitting around that I just haven't done anything with, and I want to do something with them. So I put them into this here folder, this little edit stream, and I've got a pretty broad selection of different shots from different events and different places I've been. And I was going to go through them with you guys and maybe talk you through, because I've been getting a lot of comments lately on how to start photography, and people don't know where to go with editing. Hi, Courtney. What's up? My whole family is doing great, Courtney. Yeah, and just talk to you guys about kind of how I edit, what I like to do, that whole thing. So we are going to do that. Sorry I'm late. I know I said I was going to be on at like 7:30, but I'm a liar. And also, I don't know how to do this stuff, so it took me a bit longer than that, as you guys can all see. All right. Bam, bam, bam. So, let's get it going. What is the age range for camp? It's actually, like, crazy. It's like, I think you have to be like 4 or 5. Don't quote me on any of this, but like 4 or 5 up to whatever you want to be, however old you are. I am using Lightroom right now. So this first photo, as you can tell, that's New York. First thing on it, though, I definitely need to balance this. So I'm going to go, if you look right here, this is going to be our horizon line. Biggest thing that I think I am proud of in my photography is my ability to recognize composition. It's just something I've always kind of gotten. Just out of the gate, I was kind of pretty good at it. That's a lie. If you look back at like my first post, I think it's rocks. correct me if I'm wrong, but it's some rocks. We had like a little fire pit in our backyard. That was my very first photo I posted, like super super long ago in our old house. So I wasn't always good. I think I'm good now, but I wasn't always. I am a big contrast guy. If you guys see a lot of like, and this is no hate to other photographers, but the newer brand of photography is very overly what's the word? Overexposed and very bright and flashy photography. It's not my thing. I can't get behind it. I like a really punchy, dark kind of photo a lot of times, and especially one like this where it's like the lighting is really weird, and like I don't really want to make that out. So I'm actually gonna go in my selector later, and I'm gonna specifically edit the Miss Lady Liberty to be a little darker because I don't really like it. Thank you so much, Eva. How are you doing tonight? Merry Christmas, Susan. I live in Jacksonville, Florida. And actually, I'm gonna go back to this crop because I don't like it. Can I go to a 1x1? Yeah. So 1x1, just a square. Pretty self-explanatory. But I didn't love the framing of that. So I'm gonna slide it back over just a little bit. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. This one's hard because the Statue of Liberty is a little bit off. So if you look, I've talked about this before, but rule of thirds is a thing. So this is a third, this is a third, this is a third, this is a third. Wherever your lines meet, that's where your points want to be. So you want to be along this line and this line. That's rule of third. This line and this line. You get the idea. That's really where your focal point should be. But not always. You don't always have to do that. You can go your own way a little bit. So I'm going to drop that down to make it really blue, but I'm going to go into this color mixer, pump up the oranges because I do want this rim right here where it's really orange to be brighter, and I'm going to bump up luminance to highlight the frame. So one thing that's really cool that you could do, no worries, Skylar, I appreciate you stopping in. One thing that's really cool that you could do in relation to composition is framing your shot. So right here, this whole circle, this little hole that I took a shot out of, it was actually on a ferry, and through that hole I used that as a frame, right? So it highlights right in the middle. There's a Statue of Liberty. Pretty self-explanatory, I feel like, but just to point it out to you. Clarity, I don't mess with this too much because it can make you really grainy. I do like a little bit of a vignette. I don't know if that's actually how you say it, but excuse me if I'm coughing. I'm not sick anymore, but I was, which is rough. Thank you, Jody. Appreciate that, Holly. You the best. And one thing that's cool, if you get Lightroom, there's reduced noise with AI. There's a lot of new AI related things that have come up, which is super, super cool. And so I'm going to pop that in, and we'll see what that does. I've never actually used this specific one. So what are we looking at here? Estimated time 5 seconds. Okay, let's try it. I don't know. I've never used that. That's really cool. Let's see what it gives me. Let us see. Okay. Denoise has been applied. That's actually really good. So one thing about these photos is a lot of them, what kind of lighting is behind me? It's just my little lamp. One thing about a lot of these photos is they're taken on an older camera. So with that, you're missing out on some like very important like quality and stuff like that. However, most people that are photographers, like just run-of-the-mill photographers, if it's not your job or whatever, you're gonna have a little bit of an older camera or something like that. So I just wanted to show you all, like, you don't have to shy away from, really taking it seriously and like getting in there and editing super aggressively and all that stuff, because you can do it with an older camera, you can do it with a newer camera, you could upload your film in there and then do that whole thing. So it's kind of like you can work with what you got. And here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna zoom in so I get a better view of the skyline. Go over to the mask, I'm going to get my brush out and very carefully brush this in. I do have a bit of a feather going. So down here, I'm going to make it a little bigger so I don't miss any spots. Get this whole area. Yeah, color that in. Get her head especially. It's the important part. Everybody recognizes that crown. Hey, Summer. Everybody say, oh my gosh, Summer's on Facebook and YouTube. Everybody say, hey, Summer. Cool. So, I'm going to go to light. We just highlighted this whole area. I missed a few spots. Make sure you color that back in. Bam, bam, bam. Shadows, we're going to bring those way down. We're going to actually color this in more so it gets more of the shadow. Okay. Shadows. You can bring them way up, but I want them way down. Blacks, I'll bring down as well. Because I want this whole area to kind of be like outlined more so than it is. Maybe a little too much. I got a little carried away. Hold on. That's the best part of it. It's trial and error. Okay. I'm going to go back in, lighten up those shadows just a bit. See what it looks like now. I like that a lot better. And I think actually I'm going to bring down my whites. And let's go back into our selector. Add a new brush. Color all around here. Give me this and give me that. Color this and this and this. This is the scariest part. So if you don't let go of the brush tool and you have to undo something, it'll delete your whole entire brush stroke. So like I haven't let go this whole time. So if I have to undo something, it's going to get rid of this whole circle. But that's okay because I trust in myself. All right, we're going to bring that shadow up quite a bit. And I think that when it's too dark, it like drew attention. So put it back on there. Oh my gosh, from cold Maine. Appreciate it, Marjorie. Stay warm up there. It's not even that cold down here. Hello, Heather. I'm basically Bob Ross. You get it. You get the vibe. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. I know I fixed the horizon line like 6 times, but it's still off. Is that right? That feels right. You know what? They're old photos. This is why we're editing them. And yeah, that's I'm gonna call that a done deal on this shot. I don't want a lot going on in the sky up here because then it takes away from things. And yeah, overall, really happy with that. What do you think? Everybody cool with it? Can we move on? You think? Excuse me, I did get some McDonald's fries on the way here. I was super hungry after work. Awesome. Jessica says it looks nice, so I think I'm done with it. Let's move on. Whoops. Okay, let's move on. This one, now this is hard. So, I don't know when I took this photo. It was a super long time ago. But if you look, it is super blurry. That is often an issue, right? Can we agree? Blurry photos are hard to edit. They don't really come out that good. However, they can if you put a little work in. So we're gonna drop that contrast. That's gonna increase our contrast. So that's gonna really darken our darks, lighten our lights. Just makes the photo punch a little more. Bring down those highlights because he's really dark and everything else around him is really not. So I want to do that. Shadows just a bit. Actually, I'm going to leave those until we go to select later. Drop our whites, bring out the blacks. I kind of do this back and forth thing that just makes it super contrasted the whole way. I don't mess with S-curve. I am advanced enough that I should because it does fancy things, but I don't. I don't mess with it. It's a lot of brain power. This is just how I've always edited. Okay. I really like how yellowish orangey he is, but I also want the blue in his body to pop. So I'm going to do what I did on the last one. Pump up saturation on the orange. And honestly, that should be good. I don't think I need too much luminance because I don't want to lighten him too much. Close that color tab. Close that light tab so I don't mess with it. Effects. I'm going to make him a little bit clearer. And focus on what you want everybody to look at. Rather than all the extra things in the photo you don't really want to deal with all that stuff. Do you still sell photos? I do, Jessica. On my website. I think it should be linked down below. Let me know if those links aren't working. I've been changing over things. I've had to get a new Facebook recently, so that's been a whole thing. If you guys saw, my page got hacked. So, and this one I'm also going to do a 1x1. Just because it's a small guy. He's a little small fella. And I want to focus on him and nothing else. One thing though, since it is now, this one I could probably live with. I think I'd be fine with it the way it is. However, if it were really, really blurry, one thing that I like to do, make it black and white. Everything looks pretty chill in black and white. And what you can do when you do that is, first off, there's a black and white mixer. It seems like this doesn't make any sense because they're colors and it's black and white. But as you can see, it makes a big difference. Like, that really makes his head stand out, but it also adds these weird, like, I don't know even what to call that, like aberrations. That's not the right word, but little things in the background that nobody wants to see. It's not a good looking thing. I talk like my dad. Well, yeah, we're the same person. It's kind of annoying to my mom, but that's okay. Shout out mom and dad if you're watching. I don't think they are. I think they're eating dinner. Okay. Oranges, I don't want to bring those up either. See, you gotta be careful because this being an older photo, I took it on an older camera, which has a lower quality, and the amount of information that's in the photo is a lot lower. So when you adjust these sliders, it's gonna do weird things to your shot. So, just some minor adjustments there. I still want to keep his shadows down. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's like the easiest one I'm gonna have tonight, I think. I might slide this over, so like I said, rule of thirds. I want to keep it around his neck and the other half around his butt. That's what you should be focused on. So, there you go. Alright, so what do we think, guys? We good with that? How we feeling? I know it takes a second for stream to get to y'all, and then y'all to comment to me. So I'm going to give you a moment to think about it. Let me know. Guess what, Isaiah? What team sporty? What's the weather in Florida? It's like 60, 65. Alright, I'm going to say this photo is done and wait. I see something I don't like. I don't like that thing right there. I'm going to get rid of it. This is the healing tool. You can either heal or clone or erase and do all those things. But just get rid of that. I don't like that little nub on the end of his hair there. And that's a done deal. Bam. He looks good. This one is a little different because this shot, if you guys remember my old Facebook page, this was actually my profile picture. This was a long exposure. I think my dad and I were out there when I went up to visit Boone. And what's cool about this photo is if you look at the way this water is like silky, that's because it was a long exposure. So long exposure shots you got to be careful with because first off, they're going to be super blown out a lot of times. Luckily, my dad had an ND filter at the time. That helped a lot, obviously. ND filters will basically drop the amount of, like I was talking about earlier, how a lot of like photographers do overexposed photos for like portraits and things. With this, they're going to be super overexposed a lot of times if you're not careful of how long you set your photo for. So for example, if you shoot a photo for 5 seconds, you're going to get a little bit of silk in the water. However, you have to drop your aperture or you have to increase your aperture. So like my lens right here, I don't remember off the top of my head. It is a Canon 50, but I think it's a 1.4 or so aperture. You want to increase that to like 12, right? Because this lens can take really low light photos, but in this it's going to be a lot of light. So it's going to be open. So think about like staring into a bright light. Open your eyes for as long as possible. Well, your pupil needs to get as small as possible, otherwise you're going to get blind, right? So that's the same thing that's happening with the camera. It's the same exact concept. So yeah, that's the plan. Hey Stephanie, is that? I think it is. Hello Stephanie. I like your sister Master Shredder's nest. That's funny. That's a funny phrase. I didn't hear that. Gotta go bye y'all. Bye Nicole. Thanks for stopping in. Okay, we'll start editing the photo. Sorry, I was talking a lot about like camera theory over here. I'm gonna drop those highlights because, like I said, it's gonna be super overexposed there. Increase our shadows because I really like the tree and the water and everything. Now, I think the reason I didn't use this photo, no, that's why. It's because of how balanced it is. So this photo is one where I didn't get my composition right. It wasn't quite where I wanted it. I think I moved the camera a few feet to the left for the final product. However, with a little bit of balancing, that should come out okay. Sorry, I gotta sit back a little bit. Think about it. I think that's good. Yeah. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna increase our whites just a bit. Drop our blacks a teensy tiny bit. And dehaze. So dehaze is dangerous because you can go all the way up here. You can make it really ugly. Or you can be calm and collected. Dehaze and exposure and any of these effects you want to be really careful with because texture will make it look super fake. So you got to be careful with that too. Thank you, Flinker. Flinker Mary Vlogs. Detail. I'm going to drop detail because a lot of times that adds a lot of noise. If you don't know what noise is, it's when you have low light in photos. It gets that like staticky look on your pictures. And I don't like that at all. I really want to highlight, like I could, once again, effects are dangerous, so only go a little bit with vignette because like that's a lot. We need like a 15 because you don't really care about the trees up here or anything. That's not really the focus. However, we do want to go into colors, bump up our vibrance. I love vibrance. It just adds a lot of oomph to every bit that you got. And we're gonna go more green because I really like deep greens in like flora and fauna stuff. Plus, it adds a blue hue to the water if you see. So if I put it back here, it can go more yellow, but I really like that kind of bluish color there. I think I'm gonna have to, so this is something cool that you can do on Lightroom as well, and you guys might like this. So you can select sky. It's gonna detect the sky for you. There we go, detected it. As you can see, all that bit in red. I'm gonna go over here to color, make it more yellow, increase the shadows so that they're not so dark, increase the blacks, not so dark, and I think increase our whites. So you can almost get rid of clouds and things here and make it just look like, or any definition in the clouds, and make it look like this is just a clear sky. And what we can also do, we can go to clone. We can select this, copy that, select that, copy that, and just like that, we have a, oh, no we don't. We gotta fix this edge. Slide that over just a bit. Sometimes you have to overlap your clones because you'll get these weird smooshes spots that I don't like so much. Hold on. Feather. More feather. There we go. That should fix it. That fixed it beautifully. So now we have nothing going on in the background. I don't want any focus on that. I just want... Yes, I did get the results I was looking for. Hey, Erica, how's it going? Sorry, I got distracted. Hey, thanks for the shout out, Mama. Appreciate you. All right. Um, I don't know if I made a bad decision. This is the best part about it. You just go back and forth, and you pick what you like. I'm gonna drop that just a little, because I do want a little bit. I was wrong. I don't want a completely blank sky. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna add another mask. I'm gonna select the subject. In this case, it'll select this whole area, I hope. It didn't select anything. I hit yes anyway, but it definitely didn't select anything at all. What? This didn't do anything? I guess it didn't do anything. Alright. I'm going to, hopefully, maybe it does it in background? Oh, no. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do any of that. Okay, let's just do a brush. Actually, let's do a linear. So this is fun. This is something you can play with. So you drag it out like this, and you can angle it which way you want. Sorry, y'all. Excuse my coughs. I know it's gotta be loud for y'all. Cool. I think that should be good. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna do less contrast by a little bit, and color. I want to see what just a bit of orange does. Oh, I love that. So here we still have our deep greens, our everything. This though kind of looks like there's a beam coming across the screen, which I really like. And if I'm being totally honest, I think I'm good on that photo. If you have any questions, by the way, guys, feel free to ask. I know I'm just kind of flying through. Can I draw something? No, I'm not an artist by any means. I just do pretty pictures. It's kind of my thing. What you think, guys? You happy with it? Pretty happy with it. Thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate it. Yeah, so I really like that. Highlights the water well, gets the whole frame and the U of the waterfall. And now I'm on to the next. This one is going to be hard. And this is the one where I might say, you know, guys, not every photo is a winner. Because this photo was really difficult. I was taking it on a camera. This is in LA. This one did not... Oh, wait. I know what I wanted to do. I want to show you guys the before and after. So this is the before, or after. This is our before. So, as you can see, ain't easy. You know? Ain't easy being cheesy. Sorry, that's not what I meant to say. I was reading editing photos of people and I was thinking, that ain't easy. This, though, there's a big difference. So, really muted greens, not really a lot going on in the water. The water looks okay coming down the waterfall, but here I wanted to highlight all of those bits. So, the blue coming off of it, the sharpness of the rocks, the background got, smoothed out a bit, and even the water droplets, like up in the top corner, got a big facelift. So, I really like that. I'm happy with it. Let's move on. Let me double check actually. I don't know if I have photos of people, but I could definitely go find one. I don't, but I could definitely find one really quickly, I think. Let's go to Boone Bodies. So if you guys remember, I did this guy was pretty cool. I did this little photo adventure on my YouTube and Facebook back in the day where, I decided to go to, or just around Boone, and I just asked people if I could take their photos, and that was difficult for me because I have social anxiety. But I'm gonna slide this over here so I make sure I get to it soon, and there we go. Okay, yeah, I agree. So Stephanie on Facebook said, good luck on the LA shot. So much light in the sky. So if you guys don't know, this is light pollution. That's the color of it. Dirty, nasty, icky brown. I'm gonna try this auto fix. Wait. What? Yeah, auto. Fix my horizon. I guess it's straight. Gosh, I'm so good. Um, yeah, that lighting is going to be rough. Let's see if we can remove chromatic aberration. So that happens a lot of times when you have low light photos. And I don't think it's going to do a whole lot there. But this did... I don't know, it fixed my lighting a good bit, actually. What does this do? I don't know what defringe is. Let's pump that all the way up. What about this? What does that do? I don't know what that does. I'm going to leave it how it is. I know. I really want to go to a place because there's a lot of those places that have like no light pollution. I'd love to go there. Do I remember Sporty Spice? Of course I do. Let's see what we can do with this photo. It's going to be rough. You were not lying, Stephanie. So, we can go into our colors. We can decrease the saturation and the luminance. And that's already going to get rid of that icky brown color, which is a real positive. Oops. Let me select that. And I'm going to try and... See, but the problem is when I get rid of those oranges, it gets rid of all the orange lights. So this is where that select sky comes into play. Select the sky, or detect the sky. We're going to drop all those colors, make them very blue. And now it looks like cloud cover. How perfect is that? So, big thing if you're working with if you're doing astrophotography, which I think we might have a little bit of it later, and no we don't. That one I'll actually show you really quick. I did the same exact thing here. Instead of brown, I just made it blue. As you can see, a lot of brown, a lot of ugly. That one's obviously a crazy example because it's like not the best photo of the sky, but a really good photo of this tree that is outlined. But still, yeah. Same exact concept here. This one I really was just messing around. Trust me, this was not the final product, guys. Don't judge. But a lot of brown, a lot of ugly, and I got rid of it. Why is it not changing? There we go. Yep, same thing. You can see there's brown. So try that out if you're doing any photos of the night sky. No, Tina, I did not go to school for this. This is me messing around, figuring it out as I went, really. I watched some YouTube channels on editing, but honestly, not a lot. On editing itself, like especially with Lightroom, it makes it really self-explanatory. I won't pretend like I know how to do Photoshop or anything, because I don't. That mess is hard. Photoshop professionals are legit, all respect to them, but I don't know how to do that. So I'm going to bump up that saturation, luminance too, and let's go get blues. Bump up those. Bump up those. Ooh, sorry guys, I know that was loud. White, drop it down just a bit. And clarity a teensy bit. And I kind of want to make it spooky a little bit. Like if there were, you could put text down here or something. This is not really a photo I would post so much as I would do like a cool background on my computer maybe. I don't know. Detail, drop that down, and that's about that, to be honest. I don't even know really what to do with this photo. I don't love it. There's just so much like bleh going on in the screen. Like nothing is really in focus because it's no joke like 2 miles away, I think, and I'm pretty sure I was shooting this handheld. So I tried my best. I mean, not terribly disappointed, not terribly excited either. So makes me that's how I learn new things too, just by playing with it, learning as I go. Yeah, I mean, props to you for using Procreate in Photoshop. I haven't a clue. Actually, yeah, I think that might be a good idea. Stephanie said lighten the ground like an oval frame. Whoops. Let's try that. Let's try what that looks like. Actually, I think I may do a linear gradient. Oh. Let me do it. Linear gradient. Hello? Just wasn't showing it unless I hovered. Can this thing rotate? Okay, there we go. And then expose. Oh, wrong way. Why is it? I don't know why it's doing that. Hold on. View. Flip it over. And why is it only highlighting that? Huh. What's going on here? What? Okay, I'm gonna delete this. Add a new one. Linear gradient. There we go. That should do it. Exposure up. Oh wait, that looks kind of sick. So if you see here, okay, get out of my way. So there's like a road and like a something there. That looks kind of cool. Good call. Good call, Stephanie. I kind of like that. So there's this like lit up truck down here. It's like all not super in focus, but it's kind of cool too. I have a clue when I started. Now I design stencils. That's sick. That's really impressive. Yeah, I kind of like that. That's actually way better than what I was going to leave it as. There we go. I think I'm going to skip over this one. I just still don't love it. This one is, talk about a lesson in composition. This is the most infuriating photo that exists in my collection. Let's see if we can fix it. So I'm going to get really close and personal with y'all here for a second while I try and line up. The problem is I was not directly in the center of the photo when of the bridge in New York when I took this photo, and it set me up for failure, as you can see. So like if you look, the leading lines, right, we have them all heading that way up to this perfectly straight American flag, except that it's not really straight, and neither is really any of those leading lines. To be fair, the bridge is a little bit off kilter at times. Like it's not perfectly perfect. Like the little center bar there is slightly off, but then the sides are not, and I remember editing this photo being so frustrated that I couldn't get everything to line up the way I needed it to. And sometimes you just gotta call it and say, all right, this is what we're working with, because I don't know how to make it any better. I'm also going to cut out this guy's head. I don't know why he's there. I don't know why I got his head in frame, but I'm cutting it out. Bing, bang, boom. Let's get that in the center. That makes me so mad. I want it to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get me? Here's something we can do. Geometry. This is a cool tool. I don't use this. Oops. Let's Control Z that. I don't use this very often because it gets a little scary and it can throw your photos off. However, you can stretch it. Oh. You can stretch it just a little bit. So I want to, yeah, that's the center, huh? So let's put that there. Let's stretch that out a bit. Go back to here. Bing, bang, and boom. So if you look in the corners, this is my real issue. There's a little bit off from this side. This side is just a little bit. So I'm going to go back to my geometry. Horizontal. Nope. Horizontal that way. And I think that's about as close as I'm going to get. Back to it. Scroll up. Do our normal edits. Nothing crazy or even a little bit wild. We're going to go heavy on the contrast here. because I really like how blue the background is and how brown this is. Not too much white. A little bit up on the blacks. Color. Go there. Let's get some heavy yellows for how like coolly colored that is. Oh, I didn't even notice that. 1875. There you go. That's when it was made, I guess. And effects. Dehaze just a bit. Little teensy bit of vignetting. And I'm pretty happy with that photo. This looks like a photo I would have taken at that time. I cannot enlarge the flag Jai, unfortunately. I don't know how to do that very well. I mean, okay, I could go in and I could do it with another software, but that's a whole other thing, and I don't want to. I barely got the stream up today on YouTube and Facebook, so y'all count yourself lucky if you're here right now, and so lucky that you should invite your friends. What? Okay. Back to it. I'm happy with that photo. Still not my favorite. You know, partially just because I think I was taking this photo way too overexposed, so I got some weird stuff going on, like over here, that even if I tried to get rid of these highlights, it's just going to make it kind of ugly. And, oh, I think I could get rid of, I don't want lens blur. Chromatic aberrations. Did that do anything here? No, it didn't. So this part is hard because there's not actually an issue with these lines. They're all great. It's just that when you zoom out, your eyes can't quite make out a difference between them. So there you go. Bam. That's that photo. That is a cooler bridge, I venture to argue. So let's try it. Big ups to the contrast. Highlights down. Shadows up. And whites just a little. There. This is a sunrise, late sunrise shot. Oh, that is heavy blue. So we need to go yellow, I think. I don't know how. I see why I didn't edit this photo. I probably tried and then was like, this is horrible. So the lighting on this is super weird. I'm going to go to yellow, make it more orange, maybe? Nope. There's this weird green hue, and I hate it. This is one of those photos that looks better in black and white. That's why we have it at our disposal. And another thing I don't do all the time, but you can use, is black and white filters. I really like a matte filter. Let's see if they're in portraits. Because a lot of these, so a cool thing about filters, and it's something that I used a lot when I was starting out, is getting an idea of, like, you know, it gives you a place to start, is what's really cool. So like this is cinematic. I don't love these. I love just a matte. They changed up my filters on me, so I don't. Ooh, what does this do? Oh, that's a lot. Dark drama, no. I think I might just have to go with one of these black and whites. This would be kind of cool. So this one's like super overexposed. So you can't even tell really what time of day it is. But you can drop it down just a bit, and it gives you a great starting point. And there we go. There we go. That's what I want. So can we close this? Collapse. Go away. I don't want you there. Doesn't matter. It's going to stay there. Which one, Stephanie? I didn't even see. Good evening, Dorothy. Tasmania, Australia. That's crazy. I'll get you on the next one, Stephanie. My bad. I didn't see your message in time. But moving right along, the nice thing about black and white, and I think this is why a lot of people do it, is you don't have to do a lot to the photo. You can pretty much just place it and leave it like black and white, and then you just do some
goofy things with some coloring, maybe up the lighting a bit. This is cool because it highlights the other bridge in the background. I can't remember the name of it. In this one, let's go heavy on the rule of thirds. So we're going to get even spacing between each of the bridge uprights. I don't know what those are actually called. That feels right. Cool. And just like that, you got a pretty cool shot of both of those bridges. 2 of 7 in Jacksonville. I think I'm going to skip this one for right now because it's pretty much the same setting. This one's cool. A lot of leading lines again. So we're going to rotate that just a bit. Because if you look in the middle... Actually, I was right the first time. I shot this really well. If you look in the middle, long line leading forward in the middle. So we want to keep that. I prefer sunrises. Those sunsets are easier for me to watch because I never get up in time. Alright. So let me double check, sorry, with our cropping. Looks good, looks good. Yep, I think it looks good. Thank you so much, Laura. Laura says all my photos are beautiful. You don't have to lie. No, I'm joking. I really appreciate it. Heavy on the contrast on this one because I want those actually, here's what I'll do. I'm gonna go in here. Brush. Oh no, not brush. Not brush. Leave me alone. Go back. Delete. Cancel. It's okay. Let me do a radial. Drag it kind of sort of like that. So I want this whole area, but not so much this maybe. Not so much the top to be super. That one I could have done with a brush, but it's just kind of easier sometimes to use that radial gradient. And I want to kind of showcase everything you can do on here because I think it's awesome. And you guys should try it out for yourselves if you get a chance. So there we go. Coloring's fine in there. The color doesn't really matter. It's pretty muted all the way through. Blacks. There we go. Yeah, shadows are super, super sick. The white on that parallel line draws my attention. What do you mean? The white on that parallel line. Oh, yeah. Yeah, somebody tagged that up there. I need to start paying more attention to shadows for inspiration. Yeah, they're really cool. Hard to use because they change constantly, but also kind of the beauty of it. It's like, you know, you're never going to get that exact thing again until the next year if you want to get scientific about it, because our Earth orbits and all that garbage. Do you guys believe in the solar system? No, I'm joking. Do you know there's people that don't? I think we're in a dome or something. That's absurd. I think I'm gonna try and I'm gonna test the limits of this sky thing here. Let's see what it can detect here. Because I wonder. Wow. That's impressive. So I think it did include some of that stuff in there, but I mean that's. So let's go to effects. That's impressive. It went right through the poles. Oh, sorry guys. Best camera to start out with as a beginner. Your phone. You're holding it right now, I'm assuming, Holly. I think your phone is really, really good. I started out with a Panasonic Lumix G. One moment. Let me double check. Oh, my legs. This is it. Here's my boy, my son, my passion, my love. Panasonic Lumix G2. Here, I'm actually gonna. There we go. You guys can see in full beauty. There she is. She had a fold-out screen. I bought it at a thrift
flea market. So this was my first legit camera. Before that, I had a little pocket point and shoot that my dad let me borrow. As you can see, little miniature sensor in there, and I don't know, it served me really well. I took, so many photos on this, honestly. I took a lot. I think I took that squirrel photo on here, and now, as a vlogger, of course, I've upgraded to a full frame EOS R. Big old frame on that thing. And yeah, I love it. Obviously, cameras are important, but I will say, even more important is focusing on the lens that you're using. That should be your focus. Lenses are what make the world go round. They are the reason that you take good photos in the first place. A good camera is great. A good lens is greater. So remember that if you're going to buy a camera. And I'm going to go put this away. I'll be right back. All right. Let's get back to it. Okay. Back to the photo. Pretty cool. I love it. Coloring. Nope. Contrast up here. Super on the contrast. Whoa. I love that. Hold on. Bump up the shadows. Bump up the whites. Now you can actually see the sky in the background, which is sick. I'm so glad I decided to go back and edit these, because you never know what you're going to find in there. You can bump up your saturation a lot, which looks really cool. And I'm going to dehaze just to like 10. Plus 10 dehaze. Nothing crazy. Just a little bit. Go back to here. Let's go to color. Let's go to yellow. Actually, I'm going to do another select. Another linear gradient. Go up here. Color. Yellowy. I want the blue and the yellow. Big thing in photography that people love. A lot of people do this. Yellow and blue. Sky features. Can the sky be more dark, not color-wise, effect-wise? Well, there you go. It definitely can. Do you have preference for video cameras? I do. I love video cameras. Generally, so the EOS R, phenomenal video and photo camera. I'll say that. I love it. I've been using it for quite a few years now. There's a lot of cameras on the market. You really just gotta shop around. I'm not as well versed. I'm not as well versed in camera stuff right now, but there you go. Jennifer said, "Oh, hey Skylar, welcome back. Hope work was well. Do you have any advice you can give my oldest? He has 2 siblings that are autistic." That is a fair question. As we're moving on to this photo, I'm going to kind of edit and talk. So this is actually something I talked about recently with someone that messaged me, and I just want to start off by saying it ain't easy. Coming from a fellow sibling of someone with autism, it's not easy, and I know that, and I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. That's where your life is. That's okay. But I think the most important thing is to appreciate them for who they are, and don't spend time lamenting over what you think you have lost. Because people like to ask me all the time, like, what is it like having a sister with autism? And I'm like, well, I don't know what it's like having a sister without autism, so I don't really know what you're asking me. You know, it's cool having a sister. I'm pretty happy with that. Like, you know, she's different than other kids, but she's also different in cool ways. Like, having autism is not a negative thing, and I think that the biggest thing is recognizing that, you know, if you ever feel like your parents are, you know, giving them more attention, or you're struggling to feel, you know, like you have that
same like you have the same attention that they have. Just recognize that they're trying their best, and yeah, just love them unconditionally, because that's what's important, and they deserve and need it more than anyone. So that's my soapbox. It's hard. It ain't easy all the time. Many siblings of individuals with special needs harbor resentment for their sibling, and it's really unfortunate and really common. So I hope that happens less, but it just is what it is, and I hope that doesn't happen to y'all, because you know, they didn't ask to be born into this world with autism. So just love them for who they are. That's all you can really do. Yeah. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Cool. So that, I kind of just knocked this photo out. It's really cool because this one, the focal point is really the center right there. Sorry, that's super bright. Hope you're not like laying in bed in the dark right now, but there you go. I love the blues. I love the orange. The orange is highlighted on the road. The building in the back has some really cool like aquamarine colors. I see Stephanie gets it. That green on the windows is sexy. Yeah, that, wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Cool. We can move on. This one's fun. So I took this during the pandemic, as you can tell by the mask that I had in my bag. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pretend like I was up on a wall, not at all even close to the ground. So I'm going to shoot that in so you can't see how close to the ground I am. And I'm going to rotate it to make the ladder look a little straight. And then look, oh my gosh, he's up in the air. Who knows how high he is right now? He could be like 100 feet up, hanging off the edge of that wall. Pump up that contrast. Drop down those highlights because I want the building to look cool. Shadows up, whites up, blacks down just a little bit. Color. I love the blue in the background, and I want to drop it to a little more blue. Actually, I love how there's like blue up here and yellow here, so I want to keep that division heavy. So I dropped the blues. Yeah, that pic would freak out my mom, but I've shown her scarier ones, so it's okay. I'll show you all some of my. I like just showing off the photos I have. It's very satisfying because I can't post everything on Instagram. Like, that would just be annoying, I feel like, to you guys. But I do have some fun ones. Like, if I go to city pictures, I've got some. Let's see what I got. This is me on the edge of a building. More buildings. This one, I want to be clear, I'm holding on to something. But I did take the picture off the edge. That one I'm just sitting on it. City. That one I'm also sitting very far back on the edge of the building, and I'm taking the picture from way far back. Like, I'm like leaned all the way back. Cool. That one I was trying to do something cool. Someone had left these little tea light candles up there, so I tried to use them. It didn't work out. That one I'm just straight up on the edge of a building, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Somebody who is not me is on that building. It's not me. They're also from years ago. That's pretty cool. This is an abandoned building. It's a bank. Used to be like the National Bank in Jacksonville, which is pretty sick. So there you go. So there's some of my old ones that would freak out my mother. I would show her those photos every time I came home. Like, check this out. Check it out. I agree, Stephanie. I think the highlight on this building is a little too much. Let's zoom out a bit. Whoa. Let's go to our colors. Whites down, and then we're going to select a brush. Brush it up. Brush time. Light. Exposure just a eensy bit. Shadows up. There we go. Got some dirty shoes right there, but that works. This one is still a little too yellow, I'm not gonna lie to you. Perfect. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that photo. Had a Batman symbol. I like that. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I don't have any pictures of Abby. Sorry. Thank you, Jennifer. That means a lot. Okay, somebody asked for photos of people. This is by no means the best photo I have, portrait-wise, but it's one I grabbed, so we're going to try it out, because not every photo that you take is going to be incredible. So first off, I don't want any of her guitar case in there, because nobody cares about that. And I'm going to put her cheekbone right at the rule of thirds. Pretty cool. Good framing. Contrast. She has good colored clothes on and a brown guitar, so that helps a lot. Dropping those highlights way down. Shadows up, because I want the definition of her clothes to pop. Blacks, I want to keep them right where they're at, because if you go up on blacks too much, it'll make like clothing look really washed out. Lighting, actually, for this one, select subject. You guys will actually get to see what it looks like when it selects a subject, which is cool. Detect one for me. Come on. There it goes. Look at that. Perfect. Color. Let's go. Oh, that's right. One thing I don't understand why. I think it's... I don't know. You can only do saturation on subject selects. You can't do vibrance, which is really dumb to me. Oh, get out of here. Oof. Lost my mouse for a second there. Yeah. You can bump up the saturation a bit. I think it looks good like that. I might actually, to make her pop a little more, I'm going to go select background. So that'll get everything but her. And it will saturation down a good bit. Will really make her pop. It doesn't make it look like it's completely colorless in the background, but makes her pop a lot, which is cool. What's up, Callie? Yep, I absolutely agree, Stephanie. That's why I wanted to drop it down. I do play some games, yeah. Can you tell by my LEDs? I'm a gamer. And honestly, I'm pretty happy with this. That was a please, nobody clip that. Okay. Clarity. Up a tiny bit. I am going to do vignetting because I want her to be the focal point. And like you guys hear me through this, maybe? Let me know if you guys can hear my mic. Hello, 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 hello. Let me know if you can hear this mic. Might be a little rough. Okay. Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened. You can hear me now, Stephanie? Cool. Don't know what happened. Just decided to drop out, so I'm gonna have to wear the headset for the rest of this. That's okay. So back to it. I highlighted this whole road, I think. I think I got just about all of it. I'm gonna go into here, get my blacks, and drop them down. And this way I can see where I need to color in even more. I actually don't like that at all. You know what? Doesn't always work. Doesn't always work the way you want it to. Yeah. I don't like that. Get rid of the whole thing. It's gone. Oh, wait. If I put it back and I go to whites, will it? Yep. So, that's more of what I wanted. Just wanted that road to be a little darker. And I'm going to go into specific colors. Now I feel like he's gaming. Exactly, Darcy. I'm in game mode. I don't see that's the thing though. I kind of like the road how it is. I'm gonna leave it on this one. I'll get you on the next one. Because I like how smooth it cuts through the land almost. It looks like it, yeah, I don't know. Alright, so we're gonna go bump this saturation. Not too much because that's a lot. Okay, mute it just a bit. Bam, bam. Clarity on the whole thing. I don't want to do that, actually. I like how bright it is, edge to edge, so no vignetting needed. And just a tad of dehaze. And look at that. So this is the before and after up close. You can see how muted these are. Boring. Not a lot going on. This rock. Bam. Color. Color explosion on your face. So yeah. Whew. Okay. That was like an hour and 10 of talking a lot and a lot. So let me know what you guys think. I hope you all enjoyed. So that's about all I got. If you just came in, feel free to go back and watch the stream. I'm going to upload it here in just a minute. Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments. Like, subscribe, comment what your favorite photo of the bunch was, and I'm going to be posting these on my Instagram very soon. Love you. Talk to you later.